So today we're going to talk about oils and what you need to do to maintain your vehicle. This almost looks like a Emsoil commercial, but I've been using Emsoil for over 30 years. Basically, I've tasted it, I haven't drank it, but I've been soaked in it, I've raced with it. Everything I own, including my diesel truck or everyday F-150, my everyday cars, definitely very important to do your oil changes. So there's so many different grades that you can use depending what the application is. So before you do that, so a lot of people put their car away in the fall. A lot of people do an oil change before they put it away. While some vehicles, the newer vehicles, it does a countdown on your oil change. So say the car's parked for 6-7 months for the winter, the countdown will keep counting down your oil. So if your oil is fresh and you put it away in the winter, all you have to do is reset the dash. So a lot of guys will do an oil change in the fall and they want to do another one in the spring. A lot of times we get a car here, we start to drain the oil. The oil's brand new. I said, sir, when did you change the oil? In the fall. So you don't have to do it again. Once it's in your engine compartment, in your engine, it's sealed with the oil cap. So it's pretty well almost sealed in the container. Now, if the car's going to sit for quite a few years, then it's a different story. But just give you a quick update here. So I'm a big fan of the OEM filters. So if I couldn't get a Ford filter, I would use Wix or Napa Gold, or even Emsoil also makes their own filters. So there's different filters for different applications. A lot of times we see guys with GT500s with 4-cylinder filters, especially the 2007 all the way to 14. They use the little 4-cylinder filter. Now, on some of the applications on the GT350, their filter, it has a Shelby logo on it. So you definitely have to use the recommended filter. On some of the Ford vehicles, almost all of them, if you don't use a Ford filter, they can void the warranty. So different grades. So we have diesel oil, of course. We stock a lot of this stuff. The Fox body, since the 80s, because they went through a lot of oil consumption. Back in the 80s, guys would take it into the Ford. They would change, like basically rebuild the motor, put it back in, and guess what? Same thing. So I started in late 80s in my 86 coupe, putting 20W50, and we still today use that. On some of the now Coyotes that have been supercharged, and I did this before it was even recommended by the supercharger companies, I was already using 5W50 on my 15 GT, on my 11 I had, and of course the 5W50 a little thicker, so when it gets hot with the blower heat and all that stuff, it breaks down the oil thinner, so we go a little thicker. And of course, Ford has almost gone to 530 on everything, so we don't even bother putting 520 anymore. We put 530. Transmission fluids, big fan of the ATF for the sticks. People are like, oh, you put automatic fluid in my stick car. Well, that's common. If you put gear oil in your transmission, you probably won't be able to shift that car when it's cold. And of course, we have gear oil. We have different thickness for gear oil, and we have a special oil for the 6-speed torque drive fluid. So these are fluids that I've been doing it for so long that you take a motor apart, the motor looks like brand new. It does protect your motor, it does work. Some people believe in conventional oil. Hey, that's okay too, as long as you change it. So if you beat the crap out of your car like I do, I change my oil every 5,000 K. If I beat on it pretty hard, but I do a lot of cruising, I push it to 8,000 kilometers. Same with the trucks. Some of the trucks now, they go to 18,000 K. I don't know if I would do that to my truck, but that's also they have 10 liters of oil, so people go all the way through. All depends how much highway driving you do, and of course how hard you are on your vehicle, towing the vehicle. We're going to move on to different stories. You don't probably want to hear about this. Just so everybody knows, April, basically the first week of April, the first Saturday, we're open. So basically every Saturday, Fridays and Saturdays, are called the Get It Done days for your oil change, excluding long weekends. Long weekends, you won't catch us here because we're enjoying life just like everybody else. We'll go over here to this beautiful Phantom Fox. That's what Al Tucci would say. That's his famous, when he's announcing, he'll say that beautiful burnout. So Al Tucci, that one's for you. So I want to congratulate my friend Al Tucci that he's announcing at our race this fall. So Al Tucci is now the official announcer for the Pro Mod and NHRA. I've been hoping for that for him for so long because he's the best of the best, and I think because he's so good, people are intimidated by him. So we're lucky that he's skipping one NHRA race to announce our September race for the Silver Shootout. Just to give you a quick update, I know you guys heard enough of this. You probably, So we got the dry shaft finally done. We got that all done. So pretty well the car is done. It's going to get the speakers and stereo put in, and all we're waiting for is from the Ford's bracket for the AC. So that's going to be done probably in a couple months. But this car is actually going to be featured everywhere this summer. Fox Fest in Dearborn, Michigan. Of course, we're also doing Fox in Peterborough. And we're hitting about 20 outdoor car shows with this car. So you're going to see it quite a bit. You're probably going to get sick of seeing it. But we kind of want to just show everybody. So complete. It's pretty well all complete. We even put some loops for tying it down. So it makes it easier when you strap it to the trailer. We can drive this car from here to California, but Carrie wants to keep it mint. So she's going to become a...
No, I did say I want to drive it to Florida.
Yeah, she wants to ride
I
to
do.
Florida. So we might do the trip with a 15 and probably do a story on all the way down to Florida. We used to do that every year, go to spring break with all our cars. About 8 of us used to do that every year, and it was a hit miss with the weather. Some of us lost bumpers and all kinds of things on the way to Florida from debris on the road. We're going to talk about Pete's beautiful GT500. So this car here is getting a couple upgrades. Just picked it up on the weekend at his place. Really nice guy. We are going to wash it. It kind of got dusty from sitting in his garage. But we already did the long tube stainless steel header. So they're one of the best headers, not the cheapest, but you know, when you got a car like this or any other car, you want to invest long term. So Cooks will probably last you your lifetime. So you don't have to change it. They're not going to rot out. They're not going to, they're going to change color of the heat. So this one here is getting the long tube headers. We're also getting the Metco is one of the best pulleys, smaller supercharger pulley, and of course, little cooler. So this is a heat exchanger. So the cooler air coming into your vehicle, the more horsepower it makes. So he's upgrading this to the VMP air charger. So that's going to really make a difference. Of course, it's a big job. You got to pull the supercharger out. We're going to be working on that today, and we're hoping to have some dyno numbers and dyno pulls here for you guys. So thanks for listening. Make sure, it's coming up, your oil changes. We're going to be ordering a $15,000 skid of oil. We do that every year, so we want to make sure that if there is going to be tariffs on that stuff, we're going to beat it. So it's going to be here this week, and then of course we'll be ready for everyone with filters. And all you have to do is show up early in the morning. I know we advertise our hours are 9, but on Saturdays sometimes I'm here at 6 a.m. So we start taking on jobs. Technically at 7 a.m. we start bringing them in. Our reckoning is 46 cars on a Saturday, from any small job to oil changes. So we really, Saturdays are like a car show here. So we really enjoy every coming by, every talking to each other while we do the oil changes. And I like to get them in, get them out. So you'll be here normally, if it's not too busy, about 20 to 30 minutes. Not like some dealers you go to, you're there for 4 hours and then you wonder what's going on with your car when the guy's test driving on the back 9. So we don't do that here unless you're with me. And then of course, we just finished this beautiful, I believe it is an A6 convertible, did a bunch of stuff to it, welded in some frame connectors and a whole bunch of other work. And we're getting ready for spring. And the good weather, today's supposed to be, I believe, 14 and tomorrow 16. So I'm excited. It rained, it washed out the roads. As long as we don't get any more snow or cold weather, they're going to spray that rustic stuff that really attacks your cars. And I'm looking forward to the summer. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody at different car shows. And we're excited to take Phantom so you guys can see it in person. And again, thanks everyone that came out with the booth. That was probably the best thing I've done in 10 years, just to talk to everyone about everything. Just friends. That's all it is. You become friends with people, and we enjoy that. So thanks for listening. Peter, we're working on your car, and we hope to get this thing done